Morning guys. So today I thought it'd be kind of fun to start out with a video introduction to my post. A lot of times on the blog I'm just behind the camera or taking pictures of the kids or sharing pictures that maybe Nick has taken, but you don't really get to see a whole lot of me. You don't hear my voice, and I just thought it might be fun to start doing some videos so you can hear me talk, and maybe that gives you a better glimpse of who I am and what I'm all about. So today's post is just an intro to our southern Utah trip. I'm sharing a couple recipes that I put together. They're not real formal recipes, they're just things that I threw together the night before we went out on our trip in order to have some healthy food options for us at the campsite. You know, I remember growing up and we had hot dogs and a lot of pancakes and fried fish. We'd catch we'd actually camp at a lake or river and we'd catch fish, and that would be our dinner option. Here in southern Utah it was a little bit different. We're not going to be fishing with the kids or catching our meals for the evening, so we needed to have some really good options that weren't packaged food and just a bunch of crap for our kids. So I made a couple things, and I hope you check out the recipes below and maybe try some of those at home, even, or if you're doing a picnic, or even if you decide to go camping. So as far as stuff that we took camping, we're pretty minimal. When Nick and I moved from Seattle, we got rid of, either by donation or by yard sale, we got rid of pretty much everything that we own, and we're trying to maintain this sort of minimal existence here. We realize that there's so much stuff that you can amass, and especially when you have a garage or a basement, it's so easy to end up with all this junk that you don't actually use but you just have. So for camping, we used a lot of stuff that we already have, obviously clothes and things like that, toiletries we took, and first aid kit that already lives in our truck. So that those things were covered. We have a tent, and we bought a camp stove that's propane fueled, and I also bought this really cool little camping cookware set, and it's a nesting set, so there's two of the same. I thought these were really cute because the lid actually, when you unfold it, it has a little handle and it becomes a mini skillet. And then you can also use it as a lid for this larger part, which has a handle and is a little kettle. So I actually used it this way, and I used it this way. I used this to make brown rice, I used it to boil water, I used it to reheat our tomato soup. I even used this to make coffee because we don't have a French press that would survive a camping trip. We have a glass one, and it's also a really cool one from the original Starbucks, and I wasn't willing to risk it on our camping trip. So that's pretty much all that we had that's camping specific, is that, again, that cookware set, the camp stove, and then our tent. Beyond that, we're just using our basic stuff that we already have. So camping, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't need to be this big, huge ordeal. I hope that in reading these posts about our trip and in seeing the pictures of the kids having so much fun, that maybe you realize that camping as a family is far more attainable a goal than maybe you thought. We were certainly worried about our kids sleeping through the night in the tent, if the noise was going to affect them, or even just a change of scenery, not being in their own beds. But they did a really great job, and overall I would say the trip was an incredible success. So we are really, really happy, and you know, we didn't even have reservations anywhere. It was Memorial Weekend, and we just got in the car and headed south. We headed south from Ogden to Moab, and we started calling campgrounds about an hour outside of Moab, and then ended up losing cell phone service. So what we did is just drove to the campsite of choice and one of our preferred locations, and we just walked in and booked a site right then and there. So that worked out for us. For the second night, we were able to get a reservation as we were driving, so we did know that we had something planned for that next night. But honestly, I think especially here, there's so many campgrounds and camp locations inside the park and outside the national parks and state parks that I think you could probably get away with that 9 times out of 10. But yeah, I just hope that you guys enjoy the pictures and maybe consider taking your own kids on a trip as well. It's definitely a lot of fun, and I also hope that you enjoy these videos and that it gives you a better sense of who I am, and you know, feel free to comment and leave me questions or email me. I love hearing from you guys, so anything that you want to say to me, positive or negative, I love it. So as long as you don't say mean things about my hair or my eyebrows, I know I need to get a haircut. I'm just bad about these girly things. So I'm working on it. I try. So alright, well, you guys enjoy the recipes that I'm sharing below, and have a good rest of your day.